Hello and welcome to another video lesson with Mr. Roman. Today we're going to be talking about solving quadratics by using square roots. And in any equation we're solving, the main strategy that we want to employ is that we want to get all the x terms together on one side of the equation and then get all the non-x terms on the other side of the equation. So, for example, in this here equation, you would want to get the x squareds together by adding 3x squared to both sides of the equation. And that'll leave you with 5x plus 7 equals 4x squared plus 5x minus 18. And then we can subtract 5x from both sides. And when we do that, we're going to find that the 5x's actually zero themselves out. And we're left with 7 equals 4x squared minus 18. Then I'm going to go ahead and add 18 to both sides of the equation. And here, I'll say that 25 equals 4x squared. Now here, to solve this equation, we're still working backward of the order of operations. And here, if we do the order of operations with just this expression here, we would start with the exponent. So we would say x squared would be first, and then we would multiply that by 4. But if we are solving this equation, we want to work backward of the order of operations. So we're going to start by dividing by 4. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. Here the 4's cross divide to 1. And we'll get 6.25 equals x squared. Now, it's important to realize here that this equation is not solved. X is not by itself yet. So we still have to undo the squaring on the x. So the opposite operation of squaring something is to square root it. So we're going to square root both sides of the equation. And when you do that, you're going to get x is equal to 2.5 here. Now let's look at another example. In this example we have 7x squared plus 19 equals 31 minus 2x squared. Again, our strategy, we want to get all the x's together on one side and get all the non-x's together on the other side. So I'm going to start by adding 2x squared to both sides of the equation. And here, that will equal 0. And then over on the left side, we'll get 9x squared plus 19 equals 31. And then I can subtract 19 from both sides of the equation. And that'll leave me with 9x squared equals 12. Now, in this case, again, we're going to work backward of the order of operations. So we would start by dividing by 9 on both sides. So the 9's cross divide to 1, and you're left with x squared equals 4 over 3 as a fraction. Or if you wanted to, you could say 1.3 repeating. I like to leave the mixed numbers or improper fractions here. I think that's more precise. But either way, you're still going to be taking the square root of x squared to get x by itself, and then square root of either 4 over 3 or 1.3. And then when you do that, you're going to get x is equal to approximately 1.154. And you could round that if you wanted to, but this would be good enough for our class. So this concludes our lesson on solving equations, solving quadratics with square rooting. Tune in next time for other quadratics methods of solving equations.